Hello everyone in our school. Unit 3, page 22. At the end of the text, can you match the names, dates of birth and jobs to the photos? On today's show, we will study famous people in Egypt, like Dr. Magdi Yaqub, Princess Fatima Ismail, Omar Abdel Qadir, and Samira Musa. Photo 1 shows Omar Abdel Qadir. He was born in 1994. When Omar was 22, a shark attacked him and he lost a leg. But this did not stop him wanting to be successful. Now he helps other people with similar problems and he is an important sports coach. Photo 2 shows Samira Musa. Samira was born in 1917 and studied science at Cairo University. She was Egypt's first nuclear scientist and wanted to use nuclear treatments in medicine. She died in 1952. Photo 3 shows Magdi Yaqub. He was born in Cairo in 1935. He went to Cairo University and became an important heart surgeon. He then helped people with heart problems for many years. He stopped most of his work a long time ago. But in 2006, he started a charity to help children with heart problems. Photo 4 shows Princess Fatima Ismail. The princess was the daughter of Khedive Ismail and she was born in 1853. She became a patron of Egypt's first national university. After she gave a lot of money and land to help it to open in 1908, from 1908 to 1940, people called it the Egyptian University, but it is now called Cairo University. Page 23, exercise 3. Choose. Number 1. When Omar was 22, a shark attacked him and he lost a leg. Number 2. Samira Musa was born in 1917. 3. Magdi Yaqub helped people with heart problems for many years. Number 4. Magdi stopped most of his work as a surgeon a long time ago. Number 5. From 1908 to 1940, people called it the Egyptian University. Now, can you complete the sentence with your own answers? Number 1. I went to primary school for years. Number 2. I started preparatory school years ago. Number 3. When I was 12, Number 4. Yesterday I was at school from 2. Page 24. Lesson 2. Do you know the team in the photo? Which sport do you think these players do? Read the article and check your answers to exercise 1. Egyptian heroes. The Egyptian handball team are heroes. They won the Handball Africa Cup of Nations in Tunisia in 2020. They won the final against Tunisia, 27-23. That means they are the best team in Africa. This is not the first time Egypt's handball team played in a final. In 2019, the junior team won the Under-19 World Cup final 32-28 against Germany. They were the first team from Africa to win it. In 2018, the senior team were also in the final of the Africa Cup of Nations, but lost the final against Tunisia. Now lots of people in Egypt love the sport. Let's hope the Egyptian team can win the competition again. Look at the words in the bold in the text. Match the words and the definition. Number 1. A sport with 7 players in a team. They score by throwing the ball into a goal. Handball. Number 2. Events when people try to get a prize by being the best at something. Competition. Number 3. The opposite of lost. Win. Number 4. For younger people. Junior. Number 5. For older people, senior. Exercise 4. Read the article again. Are these sentences true or false? Number 1. The Egyptian handball team won an important competition in 2020. True. Number 2. The final in 2020 was in Tunisia. True. Number 3. In 2010, the Egyptian handball team won the final against Tunisia. False. Number 4. The senior Egyptian handball team won the World Cup final in 2019. False. Number 5. Teams from Africa usually win the handball World Cup final. False. Number 6. The senior Egyptian handball team did not win the final in 2018. True. Number 7. The Tunisian team were the best team in Africa in 2018. True. Number 8. Many people in Egypt like handball. Yes, true. Page 26. Lesson 3. Exercise 2. Vocabularies. Charity. Countryside. Emergency. Natural disaster. Proud. Volunteer. Number 1. Choose the correct answer. A terrible event, such as an earthquake, is a natural disaster. Number 2. Is the area outside a city where there are farms and lots of nature. Countryside. Number 3. Helps people who are poor, sick, or don't have a home. Charity. Number 4. Is someone who works for no money to help people. Volunteer. Number 5. If you are of someone, you feel pleased with them. This is because you think that they are or have done something very good. Proud. Number 6. Emergency is something serious or dangerous that you need to do something about. Page 26. Lesson 3. Listening and speaking. Listen to Yasser talking about his family, history, and answer the question. I didn't used to know very much about my family history. Then last week, I did a school project about someone in my family. So I did some research and I found out some really interesting things about my great-grandfather. I knew he used to be a doctor, but I didn't know he worked for a charity. My great-grandfather used to live in the countryside and he worked as a volunteer doctor for the Red Crescent. When there was a natural disaster or a health emergency, for example, when there was an earthquake, my great-grandfather went to help. The work was difficult and sometimes scary. He also used to look after people who didn't have much money. I feel very proud of him. Number 1. Yasser was doing a school project on someone in his family. Number 2. Yasser's great-grandfather lived in the countryside. Number 3. He was for the Red Crescent. He was a volunteer for the Red Crescent. 4. He helped when there was a disaster or health emergency. Number 5. Yasser is very proud of his great-grandfather. Page 27. Lesson 3. Grammar. Used to. Use used to talk about habits that were true in the past but are not true now. Positive statement. He used to live in the countryside. Negative statement. I didn't used to know much about my family history. Didn't used to. Negative statement. Question. Did he used to live in Cairo? Use that for question. Did he used to live in Cairo? Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Where did he used to live? Now answer question number 6. Yasser's grandfather used to work in hospital. Number 2. Before Yasser's dad got married, he didn't used to live in Cairo. Number 3. Yasser's uncle used to live in Tunisia. Number 4. When Yasser's mom was a child, she didn't used to play the piano every day. Number 5. Before Yasser's grandfather had children, he didn't used to know how to drive a car. Lesson 4, page 28. Ancient Egyptian doctors. We know how ancient Egyptian doctors helped their patients because they wrote down their ideas thousands of years ago. The body. Ancient Egyptian doctors understood that the heart pumps blood around the body. However, they used to think that the heart also pumped air to our lungs. They were also the first people to understand some of the things the brain does, but they did not know how important it was. Ways to help. Doctors used to use plants to help people with burns and to stop infections. We still use some of these plants today. They also knew how to mend broken bones and sew cuts, but they didn't used to know everything. For example, they used to make medicine from animal eyes. They used to think that an animal's eye helped people who could not see. Read the article again. Are these sentences true or false? Number 2. The doctors understood everything about how the heart works. False. 3. They thought the brain was very important. True. Number 4. Some of the medicines we use today are the same as they used in ancient Egypt. True. Number 5. We learned how to help people to see from the ancient Egyptians. False.